Top Kremlin aide. Trump and Putin to meet in the coming days. Trump's like, I would like to invite Vladimir. I think it would be fantastic if you two sat down, broke bread, try to fix this. Don't do it, Vladimir. And if you do, don't go on the second, third, or fourth floor, anywhere there's a window, and don't let him serve you anything to drink.
If he has an umbrella, run.
Run. Don't shake his hand either, because I feel like he's going to put something on his fingers and do something. It's
radioactive joy buzzer.
That's right. He's the one who created those wasps that are radioactive. Be careful about that. We'll see how and if this goes. No confirmation or location for potential talks. That'd be cool. Where would you do it? Switzerland? Would you do it, I think Switzerland, right? They're neutral. Go there. South America? You do that?
Where did he meet with Kim Jong-un? Was it in Vietnam?
No, remember he just walked over the little the TMZ, remember?
Yeah, he just walked right
He just
over
walked
the
right
line.
across it, shook his hand.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Trump. That's it. You know what? That's for the stuff that can drive you crazy. I thought it was great. Everybody's, oh my God, I can't believe it. I think it's awesome. Right? Why not? Go talk to the guy. The beauty of Trump is Trump thinks if I get in a room with you, I can talk to you, and that's my strength, my persuasion. That's always his, thing. And as I used to tell my friends who think Trump is evil and a monster, I go, all these other people you think are evil and monsters, sometimes you need a monster to go fight a monster. And that's the beauty of Trump. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's why Godzilla has King Kong.
That's right. That's it. I mean, you need that. Because it's the reason, like, Winston Churchill was never a great prime minister except during war. He was a war prime minister. They voted him out immediately when they had the chance, even though his approval ratings were high. Why? Because he wasn't good at anything else but doing that. Sometimes you need people that can be extraordinary in situations. And Trump is one of those things where if he gets in front of you, he feels he can influence you and he could talk his way into something. Doesn't mean it's always going to come true. It doesn't mean whatever happens inside of there comes up, but he thinks he's got that chance, which is better than not taking the chance, which you see all too often with so many of these politicians. All right, guys, I went to John Rose's site. So I went to Marsha Blackburn's site last hour. And now I'm at John Rose. You can go to johnrose.com. I'm finding out more about John. He does have a pair of jeans, if you guys are wondering.
I think he's a farmer.
He is. He's out there.
Successful one.
Yeah. He had, didn't he have he came up with some big system when he was younger and he sold it for a ton of money. I don't know if it was a farming system. It was tech stuff. But he studied agriculture at Tech. And farming, he says, is his passion. He's got a master's of science degree in agricultural economics. You know what? He's probably growing the weed himself, doesn't want any of the competition. We see how it is, John.
That sounds plausible.
That does. It does. He's got a wife named Chelsea. They got some...
Clinton?
No. Got a redheaded kid, so there's the kid without the soul. Trust me, I know what it's like, man. They got a couple kids.
Hey, wait a minute. Now that you've gone gray... Isn't that God's way of saying, okay, you've suffered enough, you now have a soul?
My beard's gone gray. If I grow my hair out,
still ginger?
I get a little bit of frost, but the rest of it, and during the summer, lightens up. During the winter, it gets dark red.
Yeah, I still got a little bit of brown on my head, too.
Yeah, see, so.
Yeah, but you already had a soul, Ken.
Yeah, you did. Me? He is... It's interesting. I mean, he's, it's the usual stuff. He's got, he doesn't have a lot about like what he, like when you go to Marcia, whoever. I keep wanting to say
Mavis.
I keep wanting, God, who is it? Who was the lady on MTV? Was it Martha Blackburn? Whatever's her name?
Yeah, it was Blackburn.
Yeah. So I keep wanting to say that. But if you go to her, right? So if you go to her site, it's got all the about. Like, she's got a full breakdown of what she supports, etc. He doesn't so much. Just a lot about him. But he's got to start adding to that. And so we'll see. We will see what we're going to have him on. And yes, the weed will be an issue. There's no doubt about that. It is my thing. If I ask you about like the weed side of things, it's not a gotcha. I want to know what are your statistics to back it up? I want to know what it is, and it's not a fight. I don't want to get into a fight because that's stupid. You don't learn anything that way. You don't. That's what we somehow like. I enjoy watching Piers Morgan's show every once in a while, but I can only take it for a little bit because he's got 4 people on there that are eventually yelling over each other. Nobody's learning anything, even if they have a good point of view. You just don't. Come talk, put your ideas out there. We'll ask you some questions, but, you've got to sell yourself to the people, supposedly. And it's a statewide election, so you really have to sell yourself. So, Nina Blackwood, that's right. I don't know why I got that. Wasn't there Martha?
There was a Martha, but I can't
Martha
remember.
Quinn.
Martha Quinn and Nina Blackburn. See, I keep screwing it up.
Yes.
Martha was the short one with the pixie haircut.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Will the doors at Publix open for Juniors? Not sure. John Rose is Dan Patrick 2.0, and I always have to say, not the sports guy, the Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, who is absolutely against weed. If you didn't see his press conference, it's worth a look.
If you eat weed, you will die.
Yeah. He kept throwing packets of weed out to all of the people that were covering it, and they just took it.
Hey, if you're going to throw me a freebie, I'm going to take it.
So I thought it was hilarious. So I want to know just besides the weed stuff, though, I want to know, what would you do as governor? Where do you differ? See, where do you differ on ideas? Are you guys just the same and this is just a bigger name? Is it, at that point in time, isn't it just a coin flip? So I think that's, and we should all know that. So, Jason, it's a proven fact that weed stunts your growth, your hair growth. No. No.
Hey, he's not saying that's the only thing that'll do it.
Yeah. Why weed? Because weed is, to me, government's continual overreach, and this is one they've got wrong. It's still a Schedule 1, right? Like with fentanyl.
Let's see.
I mean, think about that for a second. Weed is how many people are sitting in jail? What does it cost the inner city? Everybody that it's so ridiculous the way that they've approached it, and we continue to be this way, and it's a continual overreach. And with the conservatives, this is where they swing and miss, because I hear from a lot of you who are both conservative and some of you are libertarians, but I would say, what do you think, Bell? 85%, 90% of people that text in and stuff, they're all, yeah, why not keep it there?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's certainly in the mass majority.
Yeah. Let's see. No, the DEA in January, it says the DEA finalized a rule in January that moves cannabis to Schedule 3.
Oh.
Alongside drugs like ketamine, anabolic steroids, Tylenol with codeine.
Oh, good Lord.
It's got codeine. So that's and
it's still an overclassification.
Well, I'm getting conflicting stories here. There's one that says it's still Schedule 1, but then there's what I just read you. So I'm not sure. It seems like they did lower it.
Yeah. I thought they did too. Or they were planning on it.
Well, and that's why, like, the federal government considers hemp products legal as long as they are at least 3% or lower in THC content.
Somebody said, is this a weed station yet? No, it's not. It's still a Schedule 1, and I was wrong. Apparently fentanyl is a Schedule 2. Think about that. Paramedic just wrote in and said it's the safest thing out there as far as the drug world goes. No one's OD'd on weed. That was. Remember Dan Patrick said, "Oh yeah, people die on it all the time." I'm like, where?
If you eat a gummy, then your heart will stop.
Where do they die all the time on weed? Show me the place where somebody got so stoned They were like, dude, he was happy so much he just died. Show me that. Oh, yeah. If people smoke stuff that's laced, we're not talking about that. We're talking about gummies and things of that nature.
You have a higher chance of being killed by the stuff you eat after you get high than you do by the actual weed.
Yeah.
Doritos will kill you. Weed, not so much.
Yeah. Speaking of Doritos, they got a new flavor.
What is it?
It's golden sriracha. They think this is going to be the new Cool Whip. No, they're you know, the ranch, the whatever
Right.
it is, the blue bag. They think this is going to be as big.
Golden sriracha?
Yes.
Why golden? Is it
I don't know.
a
I think
color
because
issue, or is it
it's-
supposed to inference honey?
You know what? Let's see here. The new flavor. So these are the 2025 flavors, but this is the one they think is going to be it. Golden sriracha. That's a sriracha. So they think this is going to be their next massive thing. They think it's the new cool ranch. I don't know. I like sriracha sauce, but I don't like it. It's not a personality.
I put it on everything.
So I tell my kids, look, it's not a personality. It's not part of your. It's not a personality trait. It's a condiment. I mean, it's not mayonnaise.
Nothing's mayonnaise, but
baby.
mayonnaise. Yeah, I put sriracha on everything.
Yeah.
I put it on pizza. I put it in mashed potatoes.
Puts it on breakfast cereal.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That is
I would anyway.
okay. Somebody said they're the worst Doritos. The kids wouldn't even eat them. Look, I didn't make it up. Okay. People mad. Like, I didn't make it up. I wouldn't. You know what? I have regular old Doritos, and I'll have the 1970s taco ones.
Those are good.
Those are dangerous.
Woo.
Those are dangerous.
Talk
I love
about
it when
a slippery slope.
they brought those out. I was like, it's like we're going back to the 70s. Somebody move over. My shag carpet's here. Remember shag carpet?
Yeah.
Somebody thought that was a great idea. Hey, let's have it like it's overgrown weeds, and we'll put it in your house.
Well, and wood paneling.
Oh,
And
my
if you
grandma
drop
had
the back to your earring, you have to vacuum it up because you can't find it.
my grandma had the greatest wood paneling, and there's always a piece in the house where it's bowing, no matter how new it is.
Right.
Right? And you know, it was fantastic. I love that. And she, just so great. Grandma, we miss you. We do. We miss you and your Monte Carlo.
She had a Monte Carlo.
She had a Monte Carlo. Are you ready for this? With the chair that swivels.
Oh man.
Oh, it was so awesome. You were nonstop fun in that car. Ladies.
Is that the
coming up.
car that had the rich Corinthian leather?
By that, you mean pleather? By that, you mean, did you stick to it in the summer and sweat at the same time?
Right.
Yes, I did. Was it uncomfortable? Yes, it was. Did the seat turning to the side like that make it virtually impossible to get into the back? It did. But you know what? It was cool. Very cool. Coming up, we got some fun stuff. Stuff I didn't even get into today. We didn't even talk tariffs, guys. God, what is wrong with us?
Yeah, we need to spend the back half of this show on tariffs and redistricting.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll
Wait
do
a
that
minute. Where are we
straight ahead.
going to wedge in Epstein?
Oh, settle down. That's how we got into this mess.
Sorry.
We'll be doing who knows what. Something. I promise. It'll be fun. I guarantee it. Or your money back, even though you don't pay for anything. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
After months of pauses and extensions, overnight, President Trump's punishing new tariffs finally snapping into effect. More than 90 countries now facing tariffs ranging from 15% to as high as 41%, while almost all imported goods remain subject to a 10% tariff. Those tariffs will be paid by companies, but economists warn the costs may be passed on to consumers.
There you go. Tariff talk. I think she said it best, don't you guys? Great job. You know, tariffs, you know how it works with tariffs, right? The other country doesn't pay tariffs. The person who receives it, so the importer, they write the check. And then they've got to decide if they pass it on to you. Some countries will pick up a little bit, but not always. Because why would they? And on the other side of things, they may eat a little bit, but it depends on what it is and how much it is. And also, what are the carve-outs in a lot of these things? So a lot of stuff that's coming in isn't tariffed the way it is, or there are limits. It has to go above this before they hit you with the tariff. But what do we always say here in the Chad Benson Show? When you feel it, it becomes an issue. Until then, it's just noise. That's it. No more, no less. Just noise. Was that good? Was that good? Was that tariff talk? How was that, guys? Are we good with that?
I thought we always said mayonnaise is our official condiment.
It is.
Oh.
It is. What, somebody else? Is somebody challenging you?
Mayonnaise.
Are you challenging Bell on the text line?
No, when you said, what do we always say? And I was going to say mayonnaise is our official condiment.
We got a lot of that stuff. We got mayonnaise as our official condiment. Tariff talk.
Whipped cream.
Whip cream is great. Cool Whip is not. And the other whip, what was the Miracle? I've tried it. It's not a miracle. I've tried it. Tried it a lot. Oh, that's the other thing. So we're going to, what's that guy, Jody Barrett? He emailed me last night, says he wants to come on. He's going to be the first one to come in and get a bottle of mayonnaise.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
He'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I think so. I think he absolutely would. 100%. Because the mayonnaise, it's mayonnaise, baby.
Remember, it's not about the brand. It's about the condiment.
That's right.
Mayonnaise is the condiment.
Mayonnaise is the condiment. Although there are certain brands, I've heard from you guys. Everybody's got their own. What was yours, Ken?
Dukes.
Dukes! I have not had Dukes.
But I'll go with great value, too.
Great. Well, there's never not a great value. Ever. So somebody just said, somebody's got a question about tariffs. So they warn consumers that tariffs will be passed on to the consumer, but you never hear them say that about corporate taxes. True.
Very true.
Very true.
And you always hear these liberals going, corporations need to pay their fair share. It's just another way to stick it to the consumer.
Nah. That's it. And they're not going to, by the way, eat it all themselves. They may eat some of those tariffs, but not all of it. So
you will either get a price increase, a quality decrease, or a content decrease.
Yeah, you get that, like when you go buy chips, they're like, it costs more. The bag is the same size and full of air, but there's only 3 chips in my Doritos.
Yeah. Instead of 8 hot dog buns, there'll be 6.
Mm-hmm. That's the way, man, I'm telling you, it is. It is. So you got to watch it. And the tariff thing is, once again, it's a weird thing, and we will notice it eventually. To what degree? I don't know. I've already told you my story about my iced tea maker, how that ruined the whole day. But we will eventually notice some things, and then you'll notice it go down, and some things you think will go up won't go up. But when that happens, that's when you go, oh, okay, this is what they were talking about. Until then.
What's the tariff going to be on weed?
Oh, here's the thing with weed, and you've got to do it right. Can we all admit, if you've ever seen Colorado, California, these places, first, they let you smoke it anywhere, which was never supposed to be the plan. Secondly, they taxed it in certain places to the point where people are like, I'm just going back to my old weed dealer. So we got to look for that, too. The Amish, they grow weed there. I know they make your mattress. Ken, did they grow weed?
I would if I was them.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's bugging them. Abraham, what you got? Oh, man, I got some stuff. Oh, the Amish. They are. I'm very much on an Amish TikTok kick right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. People that are going back or coming out, going on the Runspruken or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's very much on Amish talk. Very much so. Coming up, we will talk about Israel this time, I think. A bunch of other stuff still to get to, try to squeeze in here today on this beautiful, it's Friday light, right?
Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. It's Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. So, Israel first of all, let's be honest with ourselves for just a second. A lot of people, it's a one-sided conversation for a lot of people out there who are not willing to go, okay, maybe is there something else going on here? Maybe this. And Hamas is great. Oh, they're the worst, they're evil. Nobody's denying that. But innocents, There's plenty of it over there. People who are stuck in a situation where Hamas can be just as brutal at times to them, but also to them at times looks like somewhat of a freedom fighter because Israel is brutal to them as well. And I'm one of these people, I support, everybody's like, do you think Israel has a right to exist? Yes, 100%. They have a right to defend themselves? Absolutely. Do they have a right to eviscerate a place that's kind of been their goal? And do I want to be a part of any of that? And even yesterday, I saw Charlie Kirk and Megyn Kelly. I got her name right. And they were talking about the frustration they have where you can't even question anything that's happening there. In particular, this is a lot about Bibi and the Likud party. I mean, go look at what their finance minister said. This is a lot about them. And he's got so many issues. So many issues. But we are living in a time of insanity here where our politicians put Israel first long before anything else. And I don't want to be a party to it. I don't. So today, and again, Fox News is perfect for this. They did an interview with Bibi. And I said the other day, what'd I say? They're going to occupy Gaza. Several of you said, no, they're not. They're not going to do that.
After this interview, you will go immediately into a meeting with your security cabinet. Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas. And you were in the Gaza Strip today. You met Palestinians who are fighting Hamas because finally they see that they have a future. They can rid themselves of this awful tyranny that not only holds our hostages, but holds 2 million Palestinians in Gaza hostage.
Now, do I think that there are people out there that would like to see Hamas gone? Of course. By the way, just because they're fighting Hamas doesn't mean Al-Qaeda and ISIS used to fight each other too. It doesn't mean you're going to get something better. But a future is what people need. And if you think occupying their land, well, we're not going to. We're going to totally give it back. This is something they've wanted. And this is something, by the way, the evangelical right has pushed for over here. Over and over again. I mean, we're supposed to be peacemakers. We're complicit in what's going on over there. And I told you guys, generationally, this is they're losing propaganda. No, what they're losing is the truth war at this moment in time. Truth is always the first casualty in any war. Always is. Because everybody's going to spin it their way. And most people don't want to know the truth. Again, we look for affirmation, not information. But you're not going to destroy them by killing as many people as you think you possibly can and then expecting the people that you're going to semi-occupy to go, oh, yeah, I'm going to be your friend. It isn't going to happen. It isn't. And you may never hear this again. All right? I agree with this lady. You may never hear this from me again.
And I've used the term genocide, and I think that's the right term to use. And so Israel is an incredible country. Let me tell you the other great things in Israel. They have state-funded health care, state-funded health. They also have state-funded college.
If I may.
Fox News better start paying attention. But their problem is most of the people that watch Fox News are very much up in age, the baby boomer generation, who I love. Those are my parents. But that's their biggest audience. That's not the future of America. And I know that's hard and tough talk, But the future of America is my children's generation, Eric, and they don't have a future right now because we have Mark Levin, the neocons, and the establishment in Washington, D.C., pushing as hard as possible to shove us into more foreign wars. And they would love to see it explode all over the world.
Yes. Everybody's like, oh, Hamas started it. Yeah, there's no doubt. By the way, I mean, there's some serious questions to go around because several IDF soldiers have come out in the last few days and said, we were ordered to stand down that day.
Can I pick a nit?
Please.
They do not have state-funded health care. They have taxpayer-funded health care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's MTG. This is a situation where the reality of what's real and what's not real depends on, if you believe from the evangelical side that this is, they can do no wrong, you're fooling yourself. Again, peacemaker. That's what we should be. That's what we should be. And you watch the free press that's sneaking into Gaza now, or have had a chance to, because it's been so controlled by Israel. Why is that? 70% is gone. 70%. We talked about Hiroshima yesterday, and if you look after Hiroshima, there'll be like one building up, and then everything else is gone. It's the same thing there. It's nothing. And then you'll hear stories. Here's something like, again, this goes back to, are you willing to take a look at maybe they're not telling us everything? Maybe they're not. I mean, even today, he's talking about Iran already. Again. And I saw somebody, I forgot who it was, on with Steve Bannon yesterday saying they think that they're going to try to do something come the fall in Iran, Israel. You're like, really? That's our money. We're complicit in this. Nobody's arguing Hamas is bad. Nobody is. But do I think men and women should starve to death? No. And Israel, guess what? They're not happy either. They're taken to the streets. They haven't gotten somebody back since February. And they haven't really tried. They haven't. Hamas and their leaders are awful. But there's serious questions about what's going on and how complicit we are in this. And when I bring it up, some of you attack me. Some of you are like, yeah, you know what? I think killing innocents isn't going to make you happy. Think about the future for Bibi and what he's doing. The younger generation that's coming up, the millennials, half of the Gen X, the baby boomers, they're all about it. But I'm telling you, the millennials, the Gen Zs, the alphas, they don't have a favorable look on Israel because they didn't grow up at a time when grandma and grandpa talked about the war, talked about what happened in the Holocaust. They didn't. They grow up and they see the pictures and the stuff coming out of there going, I don't think this is cool. No, I'm not about this. Mark Levin, ladies and gentlemen, speak of the devil.
It's very frustrating and upsetting to me because we know what genocide looks like. Genocide looks like what the communist Chinese are doing to the Uyghurs. Genocide looks like what Assad in Syria did to other Muslims. Genocide looks like what the Houthis are doing to other Muslims in Yemen. Genocide looks like what Hamas did to those Israelis on October 7th. Genocide looks like what the Islamists are doing to Christians in Africa.
Let's not go over to Israel and see what happens when you're trying to go over to the wall and certain places like that. They don't want Christians there either. It's a weird thing. Israel. Somebody said, why do you hate Israel? This is why you can't have a normal conversation. It's not about Israel. It's about Bibi. This is about a grab. That's what this is about. These people should be wiped off the earth and killed. Oh, what would you call that? Somebody wrote me last night, this big long email. Said, what if your neighbor attacked you and attacked your family and killed your wife and kids? Well, that's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's what happened here. I said, okay, let me throw this at you. What if I drew a wall around my neighbor? I decided how much water, electricity, internet, food they could get. They could only go wherever I allowed them to go. And at any given time, I might decide to go over and take that garage of theirs and give it to my mom. How would you feel? You'd probably be pissed. Israel has done what they needed to do. Now, think outside the box and figure out how we have to be strong. And if we're going to fix this for real, take a step and figure out how we're going to rebuild. If you think you're going to wipe out Hamas by killing a whole bunch of people and then occupying a place and leaving their children behind, they're not going to look at you with love. They're going to be pissed. So, somebody's like, just like we did with Japan and Germany. You know what we didn't do? We didn't kill every Japanese person. We allowed them to eat, and we helped them rebuild. But I guarantee you, if we would have tried to build houses, occupy, stay there forever, and I'm not talking about building bases to help them. I'm talking about not trying to give them a hand up, controlling every aspect to the point of ridiculousness. Hamas is awful, but they've tried destroying them over and over again. It doesn't work, so try something else. Make it so people have a future, and you watch. What have we always said? It's going to be hard to blow yourself up and want to do that if you've got a life and a future. But if you're oppressed, damn Skippy. This is not about hating Israel. I love Israel. For those of you not keeping score, I'm Jewish. But I'm also can look with my own eyes and say, what's going on ain't right, and I don't want a part of it, and I don't want to fund it. It's one thing to help them with the Iron Dome and protection. It's another thing to be a party to this. Coming up, I think Matt's here. I haven't seen him for a while. But
yeah, he's here. He came in earlier.
Is he? Okay, cool. So Matt is here. Oh, that's right. Did he have toys with him? Is that what that was?
Yeah,
that?
somebody sent him like some yo-yos or something.
And by toys, we mean not the adult toys that they throw at the WNBA players. That's just silly. Don't do that, kids. Okay? All right? Have you guys seen that lately?
Throw that catfish down?
No, it's the not catfish they're throwing down, if you know what I mean.
You know they do that at the Preds games, right?
Is that what they do at the Preds
People
game?
sneak in catfish and throw them out on the ice. So this is probably like an homage to that.
Okay. I do know this at the, if you go to, Detroit, their famous thing is people throw octopus on if somebody scores. There's rats. There's all kinds of stuff. So interesting, but don't throw adult toys on stuff. Coming up next, the Welcome Matt. Straight ahead, Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997. All right, wrapping it up. The Welcome Matt. The man, the myth, the yo-yo legend. Smooth criminal.
I don't know why, but, do you find that you get these songs stuck in your head? I get them stuck in my head for like days. Well, they just pop back in there. Am I going crazy, Chad?
No. You know what? Okay, so One Hit Wonder. We did our little thing yesterday. I put up on who you could vote for. I got the Jack Wagner song stuck in my head out of nowhere the other day.
Oh, I love that song.
And I don't know why. And it's stuck in my head for 3 days.
It's just a little more time.
To be sure what I feel. I just kept walking around singing. I'm watching the video, and I'm like, why? I have no idea. It came out of nowhere.
Smooth criminal for me today.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you hear it?
I guess. I think I was on social media, and I was flipping through something like Instagram, and I think it was on one of the Instagrams, and now it's stuck in my head. And so anytime there's just a small sliver of downtime, I hear.
That's going to live there for a while. He's got that earwig.
That's what it is.
I was dreaming Ozzy songs all last week. Dreaming them.
Oh, poor Ozzy. Every time you bring him up.
Matt.
Yeah. What's going on?
Nothing pissing people off. Talking about, somebody said 877 cars for kids. Yeah, that thing gets stuck in your head too.
That's a big one.
What's the other commercial, the Wentworth? Or J.G. Wentworth?
J.G. Wentworth.
877.
Cash now, right?
You're like, oh, God.
And it's random.
A baby shark.
But, I was thinking the other day, talking about commercials. Man, insurance companies have figured it out. No insurance company is selling insurance. They're selling lizards. They're selling Flo. They're selling the emu or whatever.
They're selling entertainment so you remember, hey, I got to go to these people.
Right. They're selling the Mayhem guy,
the General.
The General.
What was the Family Guy? If you want car insurance that's cheap and fast, get the General. It'll something like that. And there's a penguin because it's so stupid.
It's just random.
You'll
It's a
scare
cartoon
anybody
general
you hit.
and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
and
in a car.
Or the Limu Emu.
Oh yeah, Limu
and
Emu
Doug.
And Doug.
Don't forget.
It's
Doug.
just random.
Yeah.
But we go with it. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever.
We do.
It's insurance.
Will you tell him to stop picking at the green? I can, but he won't.
But he won't.
He's an emu. What are you talking about today?
I am talking about the census. I'm talking about, I want to discuss, and I'm sure it's been discussed before me, but, I'll bring my own aplomb to the conversation.
Please do.
Why did the Founding Fathers say persons? And it's an uncomfortable conversation, but I think it's an important one.
I do, too.
They said persons because there were slaves, and there were southern states that wanted the slaves to be counted, but they didn't consider them real people.
Yeah.
That's why they said persons. They didn't say persons so that people could come into the country illegally and be counted.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about
Plus,
that.
a lot of people probably wandered in and out of here.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of wandering. There was a lot of wandering going on back in the day, guys. Secondarily, I want to talk. You know what? John Rose can tell me he's against marijuana, and that's fine. He can tell me he's against medical marijuana, and that's fine. But when he tells me, there's not been enough research, that's not fine because now you're treating me like I'm stupid. So we're going to talk about that.
Well, they tend to do that. That's the beauty of it. All right, he's coming up, the man, the myth, the legend, the yo-yo king himself.
Here it
Matt,
is.
you guys have a good one. Later.